It's still warm in Southern California right now, so my husband Joe and I are going to go on a bike ride first before we go back home and figure what we're going to make for lunch. So we're having a nice ride until I got a flat tire. We managed to put some air in it and I got home safely.
You're watching the Bare Pantry Show.
And so now I'm going to make chicken soup. I have the chicken already seasoned. I use this recado, the powdered recado, garlic powder, some onion powder, and some cayenne. Of course, I washed the chicken first with distilled white vinegar, and then I rubbed salt and pepper and all these spices on it. And now we're over to the stove. I'm going to put some cooking oil, some vegetable oil. About, I'd say, a tablespoon and a half. Then I'm going to put the pieces in. Now this is not blood, okay? This is the recado, the annatto. So I've just added water to that. And now I'm checking to see if it's time to turn the pieces. See, they're still white, so no, not time to turn it yet. It's finally time to turn the pieces of meat. We just want it to get brown on both sides, all right? Let's take a look. See, that's looking pretty good. So now after the meat is brown, I'm gonna go ahead and remove them from the pot. I'm just going to put them in the same bowl of water, the same recado water, because I just want to go ahead and saute some chopped onions first before I put the chicken pieces back in, okay? Not a whole lot. I'd say about half of a medium onion, and it's not really diced finely. It's chopped, okay? Now it's time to add the chicken pieces back into the pot. Just 3 pieces. I'm making a mess on my counter. And then pour all this water back in. And then we're going to add more water to this because we want the chicken to boil. Let me grab Joe's cup that he has here for adding water. This is the adding water cup. So we're going to do 2 like this. 2 cups of water like this. Clean up the counter real quick because I don't want it to get stained. My kitchen is still looking really, really pretty, and it's been over a year that I've had the new kitchen, but I upkeep it, guys. So let me grab my other cup of water, and then we're just gonna let this boil for about a half hour. About 17 minutes into the boiling, I'm adding some chunked potatoes. I've washed, peeled, and cut the potatoes into chunks. And I'm also going to add some carrots that you see on my cutting board, but I'm not going to add them at the same time with the potatoes. When it comes to cooking soups and stews, you kind of have to add the things that take longer to cook first before you add the things that are finished more quickly. Like for instance, I'm going to add cabbage to this soup, and that's going to go in at the very last. So this is the cabbage that I'm going to add to the soup, and I'm also going to add this, some ramen noodles. Now this package comes with its own spices, but I'm not going to put the spices in because I don't want to have MSG issues. So I'm just going to put the noodles, okay? So it's time for me to add the carrots, about 10 minutes after the potatoes. I don't know what Joe is doing behind me right here, but a lot of the times I'm recording and he's not aware that I'm recording, and he just comes into the scene just randomly like Austin Powers. Oh, I know what it is. I asked him to go make me some rice. So he's gonna cook some white rice. So now the carrots are cooking along with the potatoes. And when those are fork tender, that's when I want to go ahead and add the ramen noodles, because this doesn't take very long to cook. All right? And as soon as it starts cooking, I want to go ahead and break it up into the, like loosen it up, right? You can add tomatoes at this point if you want to add tomatoes. I'm going to go ahead and add a big chunk of cabbage in a little while because Joe likes cabbage in his soup. So just a big piece like this. Toss it in here. So the noodles are pretty much done, and the cabbage is going to go for just a little bit. And this is the package of stuff that I'm not going to put in. I'm just going to toss it. After tasting it, I decided that I need a little bit more salt and black pepper. So this is pretty good now. Let me go ahead and cut the stove off. And now it's time for us to taste. You guys should see me trying to pose like I could use these. Let's try to pick up the egg. Oh, I got the egg. No, I wanted the eggs to be softer. I mean the yolk, but it's okay. So Billy's chicken soup not have no boiled egg in it. We don't put spaghetti most of the time in it. But this is your soup. Put what you want to put in it. Alright? Tell me how yours came out. Bye. That's right. I know that's right.
Oh, we got that.
Mm-hmm.
We tell this time I must go tomorrow night.
This is the Bare Pantry Show.